Yo, it's your boy Anna. In today's video, I'm going to be showing the best custom tactics and instructions to counter-attack the 3-5-2 and the 5-3-2, which everyone seems to be using right now, but you do not have to necessarily use those. There is more than 2 meta formations this year, so be sure to give this a go because it might work better for you. What works for someone else doesn't necessarily mean it is going to be best for you. Everyone does have a different natural playing style. But yeah, we was using this in Foot Champs. It's the 4-4-2, the normal variation, and it's working really well. We was starting with the 4-2-3-1, and we was 2-1 in Foot Champs, which is really poor. We switched to this and now we are 10-1. So if you want to watch us playing live with our remote control obviously on the screen, the Twitch link is in the description below. And yeah, how this works really good as well is the left mid and right mid. They're the key players in this tactic, because in a 3-5-2 they've got no fullbacks, and in a 5-3-2 their left wing back and right wing back are usually on join the attack or balance. So that's how we're going to be counter attacking them. And we play sort of a kind of higher depth as well, so we win the ball up high. And when you've got another striker and you've got the left mid and right mid, you're always going to be triggering their runs, as you've seen here. Watch Ronaldo. He goes, he drags out the AI, and now we trigger Mbappe's run. We drag out the other AI, and then you can either dribble it, you can pass it to someone else. We open up a lot of space in the attack, feed it into Ronaldo, trigger Neymar's run, and then there we go. We've got a good chance to score. So let's run you through the custom tactics now. So this is our road to glory. No money spent on this team at all. It is really good, really fun meta, and I like 5-star skills, as you can see. Mbappe, Neymar, El Shaouri, and Ronaldo, they're all 5-star ballers, which is really fun to use. We have a remote control at the bottom of the screen as well, so when we stream on Twitch, you can see exactly what we are pressing. If you do want me to make any other tutorials, whether it's gameplay, tactics and stuff, do let me know down below. And if you haven't already, I appreciate if you drop a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. So if you don't know, we're using the 4-3-3 purely for chemistry purposes, and then in-game via the D-pad, we do switch it up. So let's run you through the custom tactics now. So like I said, I was using the 4-2-3-1, which is my usual go-to formation, but I was kind of struggling this week, and we started off 2-1 in Foot Champs, and then I switched to the 4-4-2, and now we are 10-1, and hopefully we can push on and maybe get Elite 2, something like that, and clutch up. So yeah, I'm just going to show you 4-4-2 in the sort of, the scenario will be you're literally starting the game and you're switching to it straight away. So think of it as that. I'm not going to show you ultra attacking or ultra defensive for it, literally just for starting. And I always recommend, if you do have a defensive tactic and attacking tactics, it's always good to run different formations, just so that you can switch it up and try something a bit different against the opponent, because obviously you're going to be changing it if it's not working for you. So let's just remove the remote control off the screen. So for our tactics, we're running balance 4-5, and as you saw in the clips below, we won the ball up really high, whether it's with our full-backs, our centre-backs, or our centre-mids. It's really crucial because you've only got 2 centre-mids there, so I personally like winning the ball up really high, but you're going to need a lot of pace if you're going to play on 5 depth. To go from 4 depth to 5 depth, it don't look like a lot, but if you haven't got pacey defenders or midfielders, you can get caught out. So 4 or 5 depth is pretty much optimum. For the whip, I personally prefer 4, just because it's a little bit more contact, but 5 is also really good. But yeah, try them both out. There's not a huge difference between them, so 4 or 5 is ideal for both of them, but that's exactly what I run. Balance is your go-to when you're starting. Offensive style, I always recommend balance or long ball. Long ball is really good for counter-attacking and sort of being really direct. Through balls from defense to striker really quick, but I run mine on balance to start with. We've got 5 players in box. 4 or 5 is pretty much optimum. You don't need to mess around with that too much. As sort of simple as possible, your custom tactics is going to be as good as you're going to want. And then corners and free kicks is up to you. I always go short, so 2 or 1 is perfect for me, but that one is complete personal preference. I never actually cross it into the box when it comes to free kicks or corners. So with the formation, it is the 4-4-2. It's the normal variation. I don't like the 4-4-4. I don't like the 4-4-2 variation. It's just a bit too defensive for me. And yeah, especially when I'm playing 5 depth, it doesn't make sense for me to have 2 CDMs which are dropping deeper. And also one thing that I wanted to point out as well, which is, it's a minor thing but it can help you out. If you've got 2 midfielders such as mine, Hullet and Kante, I believe has got 3-star weak foot, and Hullet has got 5-star or 4-star, one or the other. So play your player with the worst weak foot on their stronger foot. So Kante is right footed and he's got a poor left foot, so I play him on the right side, so most of the time he can pass on his good foot. Because also weak foot don't just affect shooting, it also affects the passing. This also affects wingers and centre backs as well. If you've got a left footed centre back, play them on the left side. If you've got maybe someone with 2-star weak foot, you maybe want to play them, if they're left footed, on the left side, something like that. But yeah, that's just a little sort of extra tip that I wanted to give you guys. So this is how it literally lines up in game. I use Neymar as a striker instead of Mbappe purely because I want one striker to have 5-star weak foot just to be a little bit more unpredictable. But I do actually prefer Mbappe this year up top as a lone forward. But yeah, Ronaldo kind of switches up the matrix of my team a bit. So let's run you through the playing instructions now. We've got our left back on stay back while attacking. It's a must, and the right back on stay back while attacking. It's a must for me in this formation. Then we have got stay back while attacking on both centre mids and cover centre. If you do want to play a little bit more offensive or maybe have a sort of attacking tactic, this is technically just to start with kind of like a balance. Then you can run one of them on balance and cover centre. Or even if you do want to start the game off like that, you can just run someone like, if you had maybe mid Hullet or play them up Bruno Fernandes, someone like that, someone that's a bit better than baby Hullet at shooting, then yeah, it will work out. I've got my left mid and right mid on getting behind and getting most across. This allows me to just drag out the full backs and the centre backs out of position. And then obviously when I'm triggering runs and passing it around, I can expose the defence a little bit more, especially when you're playing against the 3-5-2 and the 5-3-2. The two wingers in this formation in the 4-4-2 is going to be where you're going to be exposing the other team, because that is the weakness with those formations. Then we have got one striker on getting behind and the other one just on mix and balance. But to be honest with you, I'm always triggering runs, so I can kind of take that off. It doesn't really matter for me. I know some pros, they even use target man as well just to have ball to feet, because a lot of the times they said the players are going to be smarter this year. The player AI intelligence is the sort of official name for it, the actual term. But like, they always run offside, right? I don't know if you've been playing foot champs, they always run offside. So maybe you can run it on target man or just leave it on mix default. It's not a huge sort of deal what you're going to have it on. But that is the 4-4-2 custom tactics that I recommend for you guys to use. Try it out. Let me know how it goes. And be sure to join us on our stream because you can see how we're getting along as well. But yeah, I wish you guys all the best in your foot champs or whatever game mode you are playing. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget, subscribe to our channel, drop a thumbs up. I'll see you in the next one. It's been your boy Lizu. One more thing to say. Safe.